Dear friends, welcome to the podcast, Jesus at Home, by Spiritist Society Renewal. In today's episode, we'll be reading chapter 89 of the book The Way, the Truth, and the Life, by the Spirit Emmanuel, as psychographed by the medium Francisco Candido Xavier. After reading, we'll give you a short commentary, and then we'll finish the episode with a prayer. Chapter 89. Peter's Failure. But Peter followed him at a distance to the courtyard of the high priest, and upon entering he sat amongst the servants to see the outcome. Matthew, chapter 26, verse 58. Failure, as much as any success, has its positive causes. Peter's denial has always been an interesting subject in Christian communities. Could the moral downfall of the Master's benevolent friend have been fate? Why would Simon refuse to cooperate with the Lord at such a difficult time? In this particular, it is useful to examine Peter's carelessness. The loving fisherman's failure lies in his lack of attention to the warnings he had been given. There are a lot of modern-day disciples who share in those very same denials because they are inattentive. The Gospel states that, in that hour of Christ's ultimate toil, Simon Peter followed him. At a distance, he entered the courtyard of the high priest, and sat amongst the servants to see the outcome. A careful reading of the text shows us the meaning, and we can see that even today, many friends of the gospel fail in their aspirations and hopes by following Christ at a distance because they fear having to give up their immediate gratifications. When they are called to bear witness, they linger in the neighborhood of redemptive struggles amongst servants of utilitarian conventions, using binoculars in order to see what the outcome of others' toils will be. Under such circumstances, every modern-day disciple will fail and weep bitterly. In light of this lesson from Emmanuel, it is worth reflecting on how much we are tied to the interests of the world. The text is about a moment of weakness of Peter. But Christ did not condemn him, just as he did not condemn the adulterous woman and the thieves who were with him on the tree. On the contrary, he gave him the ministry of preaching the good news. Christ, who is a pure spirit, understood him long before and warned him of what would happen. But Peter, perhaps afraid of what would happen and of suffering with the Master, failed. Thanks to God and the Master's support, he redeemed himself and continued to act as a true disciple of Jesus. May we not weaken in extreme hours, but even if it happens, may we know how to get up and go on, convinced of the good we can do. Now I invite you to join me in a prayer in your thoughts. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Forgive us our debts as we forgive those who are indebted to us. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Grant us, O my God, the strength to put away from our souls all resentment, all hatred, and all bitterness. If it pleases you to take us out of this world this very day, grant that we may stand before you free from all enmity, like Christ, whose last thoughts were for his executioners. Blessed be your name, Lord, for you have taught us that our destiny after death is not irrevocably fixed, that we will find in other existences the means to redeem and make amends for our past mistakes, to accomplish in another life what we cannot do in this one for our progress. Let us not be tempted, but deliver us from evil. So be it. Thank you for reading and see you next time on Jesus at Home.